So like the exact salary that a dual student gets.
So a job after your studies is almost guaranteed, right?
The most difficult part was.
So this is Divyansh. He came from India to Germany, learned German from A1 to C1 in just 1 year, enrolled in a dual studies program and secured a very stable job in tech, which puts him way above the average salary in Germany. In this video, he will break down his steps and drop exclusive tips that you usually don't find on the internet. If you're planning to study and work in Germany, you want to pay attention to this. So let's go back to the beginning of the journey when you were in your home country. When you were in India, why did you decide to come to Germany?
For me, it was a relatively spontaneous decision. When I completed my high school, the 12th standard, I was thinking about the plans that I want to follow. One of my interests was technology, computer science. So I thought about maybe studying somewhere in India. But the thing is to get into like a good public university, it's terribly very competitive. Like there are these universities, IITs, which are very prestigious. Once you get there, it's amazing, but it's very difficult to get in. And since I'm no genius, I was not getting into them. So for me, an option was to study in a private university in India or go somewhere abroad. And then I was really fascinated by going anywhere abroad. Then I started exploring my options, and Germany stuck out to me very quickly, because it was something different that other people around me in India were not doing at that time specifically. It was very rare to go somewhere apart from English-speaking countries. So it was something new, and it also made sense from a financial point of view that I do not have to take any education loan at that time because, the finances were manageable.
Alright, so from decision to coming to Germany, this is such a long journey.
Yeah.
There's so many steps along that way.
Yeah.
How did you start preparing? So let's say you are in your home country and you want to go to Germany.
Like the first thing I would say, like also depends on where you are currently. If you are in your high school, maybe you do not have that much time available to do other things on the side. But if you have time, start learning German. That's the best thing you can do to be proactive. The second thing is to see how you take care of your visa, because there are different paths that you can come to Germany through. It can be through a language school, or it can be through a direct application in a university, or through student colleague application, and start with your visa process as fast as you can. And parallelly just keep learning German, because the more you front load it, the more you do it before, it's gonna help you.
You said it's very important to learn German when you come here, and how was your language learning journey like from beginning to obviously now you are fluent in German and very well off, but how did it all start?
I went to the language classes near my home. The first day that I realized that, okay, I want to pursue this path, I went that same day and talked to them. Now, these days, it's very easy. You can also do a lot of online classes. Like I know your course is very good about this. So once you know that you want to follow this path, just get into one German course, whatever it is, specifically for A1 and A2. So for me, I went to German classes. I did till A2 around before moving to Germany. And then I came to Germany, I went to my language school, and then I studied till C1 in the next 6-7 months.
This is pretty solid, like from A1 to C1 in about a year. This is extremely quick for some people, and some people actually don't believe it. It can reach these levels in a very short period of time. So when you hit A2 on your language learning progress and you came to Germany, do you think A2 is enough to basically survive here in Germany, to be able to communicate on a very basic level?
Normally, I would say B1 is a good idea. Like I remember when I first came here, in the start, I struggled speaking at all, even with A2, but I caught up very fast. Like just in a week, I could speak basic sentences, and the thing that you said, surviving, going to supermarket and doing the basic stuff, that I could do already after A2. But I would recommend, even if you come to study in English medium, B1 can be a good idea. You'll still make mistakes about the articles, there, the das, or some vocabulary. Generally, the best idea is to accept those mistakes, that fine, I will make these mistakes, but then be fluent in your communication and be comfortable with allowing yourself these mistakes. That's something that really helped me to form contacts, because other people were generally very fine accepting it, that it's not my native language. So I won't be perfect in it, but at least I communicate everything efficiently and I understand them fully.
Yeah, I would say it's the most important part of language to
Yeah.
communicate with people, understand people,
Yeah.
and also be understood. And I can also say this as a native German speaker.
Mhm.
If someone comes up to me, at, let's say at B1 German,
Mhm.
and I can talk to the person, it's no problem at
Mhm.
all. And I would say most Germans are also very patient and also very understanding that it's not your native language. And they actually like it when you like try to improve your language.
Yeah.
So I think people shouldn't be too afraid to just like start talking immediately once you feel more comfortable. Your primary goal of coming to Germany was basically to learn the language and also study here.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the next step after learning the language and going to Studienkolleg. So what were your plans and what did you do?
So like when I was in between the student colleague, I heard about this dual studies concept. Before that, I didn't know at all about this. I started researching a little bit about it. I wasn't fully convinced in the start because when you first come, your goal is to study in the biggest possible university, the university rankings and stuff. But later when I realized that they don't matter that much, and then I had also sent some applications to dual studies, had some interviews. Then I realized that, maybe it is a better decision for my career in the long term because I knew that maybe computer science is best for me, but I didn't know which stream of computer science I wanna go into.
Maybe some people don't know about this dual studies concept because I feel like amongst international students, it's not too popular. They all want to go, as you said, into big German universities. There are also so many other ways you can go about your study career. So could you explain to the audience what dual studies is, what the benefits are, and what you can do with that career?
So like dual studies is basically when you are studying in the university and parallelly you are also employed by an organization. Normally that's a company, but in other cases it can also be like a government organization or a non-profit organization. One thing about dual studies is it's not only limited to technical studies, it can be everything. It can be social sciences, it can be fitness, sport. You study while you are working, so you get to have this practical experience. So generally it's a very good idea because you don't have to go out and seek internships after every semester, and you can actually feel more of like an employee than an intern would feel. It's to make the studies a bit more practical oriented and a bit more industry oriented, so that you are not just studying theory, but you are studying to progress your career in a corporation or industry later after you are finished with your studies.
And the cool thing is, so a job after your studies is almost guaranteed, right? Because if you do your job well, the company is very likely to keep you as an employee.
Like I would say it depends a lot on the company. Like in the most cases, they would say that it's not guaranteed, but it's very likely.
It's very likely.
So I definitely advise you to ask the company during the interview what's the percentage of people you hire. That's important to pay attention to, because if they say 50%, then it's a bit more less secure. So it depends on the company. Some companies always try to hire all their students after their studies, and there are some who are known to be like a bit more on the other side. They just hire more students than they later need, and then they don't hire most of them as full-time employees.
So how do you go about finding a dual study program?
In general, most of the biggest German companies offer dual studies, all the car manufacturers, Bosch, Siemens and stuff. And there are also many smaller German companies that offer these things. And now there are also many international companies that offer dual studies because they see the advantages. One good way to find is like just go to the company's career page and find if they're offering it, but it's not very efficient. So generally platform that I used was called Wegweiser, where you can see many open dual study positions and then it just guides you to their career page and then you can apply. Or another way is to go through the university. The most popular university for dual studies is DHBW, known as the Cooperative State University of Baden-Württemberg. So if you go to their career page, then they also have list of companies that they partner with, so you can find a company there. So there are definitely many ways. You can just go to Google and also search dual studies open position in computer science or something like this. You can find it on LinkedIn.
I think it's very similar to Ausbildung. So there's a website called Ausbildung.de,
Yeah.
on which you can find dual studies and also Ausbildung spots. And I feel like a lot of people confuse dual studies and Ausbildung. So could you also explain to the audience what's the difference?
So like dual studies is basically a whole degree program. Like if you go to any university, you will get a degree at the end, which is mostly valid internationally. Like with that degree, you can go back to your home country, you can go to anywhere in the world, and this degree would be valid. Ausbildungs are generally trainee programs. You do not study deep into the concepts, you are trained to do some particular type of jobs. If you want to be a plumber, if you want to be a technician, these are the jobs where Ausbildung is very common. And I think now there are also many options to do, let's say, Ausbildung in computer science. And you are also paid during the Ausbildung, like in dual studies, but not in normal studies. But the disadvantage with Ausbildung is that it's oftentimes not valid internationally. If you want to do a master's later, then Ausbildung just closes that opportunity for you. And to mention, I think this is one thing that I would also like to warn people about, because Ausbildung I feel now is like a very popular term on internet currently for people trying to come to Germany, because it pays you money in the start. And I've also seen some agents pushing these kinds of programs to encourage people to enroll. So if it's something for you, then sure, it can be a good option, but be sure what you're getting into. It's not a study program, and the possibilities after Ausbildung are not the same after a study.
So you mentioned that you also get paid during dual studies, and that's something you didn't mention when it comes to the benefits, but it's a big benefit of dual studies, that you basically get a salary because you also work for a company. So would you be comfortable sharing your salary during dual studies? Because I feel like a lot of people want this financial security during studying, and many people have education loans, maybe have a blocked account.
So like the exact salary that a dual student gets, of course, depends on the company that they're working in. I would say like the first year of your studies, you would get like around 1,000 euros per month. And once you are, let's say, in the third year, then you can imagine close to 1,500. It could be a bit less or a bit more, but expect something around that.
Okay, so after you finished the dual studies, you landed a job in Germany. So could you please explain how the process was and what kind of job this is?
So like after I was almost at the end of my studies, I started looking at the options. I applied to other companies as well and also had some offers. But at the same time, I also had an offer from the company that I was doing my dual studies in. And at the end, I decided to choose for that job in my current company. And so now it's been 1.5 years almost, and I've been working in the field of cybersecurity.
How would you say is the salary? If you're comfortable, you can share a concrete number, but you can also give a rough estimate.
I don't think if I'm allowed to share the concrete number or if it's a good idea, but I would say it's definitely, like if you go search computer science salary in Germany, then it's definitely above the average, like significantly above the average.
So a lot of international students struggle with finding jobs in Germany. That's at least what I hear very often, and also people messaging me. So what would be your advice to these students who want to find a job in Germany?
Definitely knowing German helps, specifically if you've studied in German, then that's going to be an advantage over English for sure. There are jobs that are offered in English taught, but you are kind of restricting yourself to a smaller market.
By the way, I created a full A1 crash course on YouTube so that you can learn beginner German. If you want to come to Germany and succeed here, it is crucial to learn the language. And this step-by-step video is for anyone who wants to get started. The link to it is in the video description. Check it out after watching this interview.
If you have the skill, you will be demanded anywhere in the world. So while you are studying, just also try to build more and more of your skill. If you are doing dual studies, it's definitely an advantage because you have a practical experience that you can show in your CV. So even if you do not want to continue in the company that you worked in, it will be an advantage when you want to go into some other company because you can show the practical experience that you have.
So let's cycle a little back to your student life at university. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of international students are also worried about their daily life, how they go through the studies and if they can find friends. So in your case, you had the advantage that you knew German, but your degree program was also purely in German, right?
Yeah.
So how was the student life in general for you?
Like at the start, I was definitely a bit more reserved, in also because of my own mind and also because of COVID. And for a couple of semesters, I wasn't really friends with the people in my course. But later, once the university got opened in present, I forced myself to be more social. I took a lot of part in like student representative societies and these kind of things. So I would definitely say people to push themselves. Some people might be naturally extroverted, so for them it's going to be easier wherever they go. But if you're an introvert, then it does make sense to push yourself for some time until you feel more comfortable. Once you are at a stage where you feel like, okay, I don't need anyone and I'm comfortable like this, then I can go back to being an introvert.
I feel like when you go to university, also most people want to find new friends, right?
Yeah.
That's why you go to university
Yeah.
for. That's maybe like the secondary reason, but I would say people are in general more open.
Yeah.
So I feel like when people go to university, they shouldn't be too worried.
Yeah.
Also, international students. I mean, there are enough people in Germany who are also very open-minded and also like to hang out with international people.
Yeah, or if you are like a bit more in that way that you only want to be friends with your people of your culture and you're not taking chance to interact with other cultures, that can be maybe works for some people. But I would suggest if you're in a different country, then you should try to interact more with also other cultures.
Yeah, so much respect from my side for like doing that, because it's extremely hard to like convince yourself to also speak a new language and also talk to natives. So if you could go back in time, what's one thing you would have done differently?
If I have the knowledge that I have now, I think there would have been ways to save more money in the start. Like I definitely ended up paying a lot of money in language school that could have been saved by the knowledge that I have now. I don't think I completely regret it because at that time I didn't know better. But now if I know it, I can say that you can save more money by utilizing the online resources better, doing some more research on yourself.
So what's your number one tip you will give to international students who want to come to Germany?
One very cliche tip that I mentioned before is like learn German as fast and as early as you can. But then it also depends on the particular situation of the person, what their goals are, what their current situation is. Do more research because definitely there are much more options available out there than you are currently aware of.